Okay, let's look at this question. WASSCE July 2008, question 11. Find the gradient of x squared over 25 plus y squared over 4 equal to 1 at the point 3, 8, and then 8 on 5. So A, we have x squared on 25 plus y squared on 4 equal to 1. Yeah, find the gradient at this particular point. Alright, so let's differentiate, and this is implicit, okay? So this is like 1 on 25 x squared plus 1 on 4 y squared equal to 1. I think when you write it like this, it will become easy for you to solve. Is that okay? So 2 is going to multiply what? 1 on 25, and that will give me what? 2 on 25. All right, x. So 2 will come here, multiply 1 on 2, that will be 2 on 25 x, then plus then this one also. What? When you differentiate this, what are you going to get? We are going to get what? 2y dy on the x. All right, 2y dy on the x. So 2 is going to multiply 1 over, so 1 over 4 times 2, and that will be 1 over 2. All right, 2 will go here, 2, so 1 over 2. So that will give us 1 over 2y dy on the x equal to 0. All right, so this is what we have. So we are going to make dy on the x what? The subject. All right, so we first of all take this one here, and that will give us what? This one can be written as y on 2, okay, dy on the x. So y multiply 1 to the 1, it can be written as this, equal to, this one can go here to be minus 2x on what? On 25. Is that okay? So this can be 2s over 25. So when you go here, it becomes minus 2s on 25, and this can be y over 2. Alright, so after that, what do? I'll divide through by y over 2. So my dy on the x can be equal to minus 2x on 25 divided by y on 2. So when I divide here by y over 2, it will go away. So I'll divide here by y over 2. So I can write it like this, divide by y on 2. So that my dy on the x can be equal to what? Minus 2x over 25 times 2 over y. Alright, and that will be equal to minus 2x times 2 give me minus 4x divided 25 times give me 25y. So my dy on the x is equal to minus 4x over 25y. So I said I should find the gradient of this at the point 3, 8 on 5. So at point what? 3, 8 over 5. At this point, what to be the gradient? Know that this is the gradient function. So my gradient, okay, will be equal to minus 4x. What is the x3? Over 25y. What is the y? 8 on 5. 8 on 5. Okay. So minus 4 times 3 will give me what? Minus 12. And then 5 will go into 25 5 times, and 5 will multiply by 8 to give us 40. So that will be minus 12 on 40. And let's simplify it. Minus 12 divided by 40 will give us minus 3 on 10. Minus 3 divided by 10. Okay, so therefore our gradient of this at the point 3, 8 on 5 is minus 3 on 10. So this becomes our gradient, minus 3 on 10, right? That is so simple. So we are done with the A. Now let's go to the B. So the B. The equation of the curve is x squared y plus 3xy plus y plus equal to 0. determine the gradient of the curve at this point. Okay, so the question is x square y plus 3xy plus y plus 3 equal to 0. So this is also what? Implicit. Okay, so what are you going to do? You apply the product rule here. You differentiate this, you multiply by this, you differentiate this, multiply by. So when I differentiate x squared, it becomes what? 2x, then I multiply by y, and that will give me 2xy plus, I differentiate the y, that will be dy on the x times s squared. That will be s squared dy on the x. Okay, plus, then when I come here, this is also what? Product. So I differentiate x. When I differentiate x, it will give me 1. 1 times 3y, that will be 3y. Alright. Plus, then I differentiate y, that is dy on the s, and I multiply by 3s. So that will be 3x dy on the x. Then plus, I differentiate y, dy on the x. Then I differentiate 3, that will be 0, equal to 0. Okay, so this is what I'm going to have here. Alright, so what I'm going to do is to make dy dx the subject. So I'm going to group like terms, and I'll take the rest to this side. So I'll have s squared dy on the x plus 3x dy on the x plus dy on the x equal to minus 2xy minus 3y. Okay, so s squared dy dx plus 3x dy dx plus dy dx equal to minus 2xy minus 3y. Alright. Then my common factor here will be what? Dy on the x. Then I have what? S squared plus 3x plus 1 equal to minus 2xy minus 3y. Alright, so I have this. When I factor dy dx, here will be x squared, here will be plus 3x, and here is 1. Okay, so I can say that my dy on the x is equal to minus 2xy minus 3y, all divided by s squared plus 3x plus 1. So this will be my dy on the x, and I'm supposed to determine the gradient of the curve at point -2, 3. So this is the gradient function. Okay, so at point p, which is -2, 3, ought to be my gradient. My gradient is going to reduce at 2 multiplied by x is -2, y is 3, minus 3, multiplied by y, which is 3, all divided by s squared, what is x? -2 squared, plus 3 times x, -2 plus 1. Alright, so we are going to simplify. We are going to this and get our gradient. We can have here minus 2 times minus 2 give me positive 4 times 3 will give me 12, minus 3, 9, all divided by minus 2 squared is what? Is 4. And then 3 times minus 2 will be minus 6 plus 1. Then 12 minus 9 will give me what? That will give me positive 3 divided by 4 minus 6 is minus 2 plus 1 minus 1. So 4 plus 1, 5, minus 6 minus 1. And my gradient is going to be -3. So my gradient is what? Is -3. So the gradient is -3. Alright. Then the question says that, so I'm done. I've been able to determine the gradient of the curve at the point -2, 3, and that is -3. Alright, so simple. So let me clean here and continue. What does the question says next? It said we should find I. So we are done with the I. I. We should find the equation of the normal to the curve at P. Equation of the normal. So this is the gradient is giving us what? -3. The gradient is giving us -3. And determine at this particular point. So at this point, the gradient is -3. So we have to know the normal is what? It's perpendicular to the tangent. Okay. So therefore, we have to find the gradient of the normal. So the gradient of the normal is negative reciprocal of what? Of this one. So what is the negative reciprocal of -3? The reciprocal of -3 is what? -1/3. And the negative reciprocal, that is negative, will give you positive. That will be 1/3. Alright, I believe you get it. So the reciprocal of -3 is -1/3. Okay, then I multiply by -1, that will give me 1/3. Alright, so that is the gradient of the normal. Okay, so since I have the gradient of the normal, then I can find the equation of the normal at the point of the curve at P. What is the point at P? -2, 3. So we know the equation is y minus y1 equal to m into bracket what? S minus x1. And the point is at P. So that will be y minus 3 equal to 1/3, which is the gradient of the normal. Then x minus what? -2. Alright, so -2 is the equation. -2 is the value of the x. Alright. So we have y minus 3 equal to 1/3 s plus 2. Alright. Then what we have to do now is to multiply 2 by 3. 3 times y to be 3y. 3 times -9 equal to 1 times x will be x. 1 times 2 is going to be 2. So 3 is going to multiply this and this. Then the numerator left with 1. Then 1 multiply s is s. 1 multiply 2 is 2. So the equation can be written as what? You can bring out once equal to 0. So 3y minus 9 minus s minus 2 equal to 0. So 3y minus x minus 9 minus 2 minus 11 equal to 0. So the equation of the normal at the point P -2, 3 is 3y minus s minus 11 equal to 0. I believe this is clear to understand. Alright, so simple. And I know I'll see you again in our next lesson. Bye bye.